Okay, we are back here again. So part 2 of your VOD, and everyone on the live stream, we are here inside the game. I apologize, I somehow managed to break things. But we're working again right now. Poor little Yoki. Oh, poor, actually, that's not first blood, is it? No, his Sandstorm will dodge the next attack, which means, nope, with the fissure, we're actually not going to miss first blood. Yoki, he should pop out from the malediction. That last tick, is it going to be enough? It's not going to be enough. With the fissure as well, I thought maybe they could fight enough damage. Aloha Dance, if he also kept running up, we'll be looking at a Courier Snipe. Well, let's get ourselves a little bit of bearing. So, obviously, we did finish up our draft. We did get ourselves inside the game. Resolution up against Era in the mid, so TA versus up against the Shadow Fiend, no surprise there. A safe lane Brewmaster with the support from the Earthshaker and Witch Doctor, up against your off-lane Sand King, who, after that little engagement's been forced back. Aloha Dance, I had a little bit of a contest to try and kill him up before. The Lightning Striker rate, Aloha Dance needs 2 more attacks. That's 1, that's 2. Era will drop, Aloha Dance will take it. He's a support leaner, so there's no problem with this whatsoever if he dies. With the 2 supports also TPing in to try and kill him off, and they will successfully do so. They just end up wasting their own time to get a counter kill. But the advantage has already been shifted in that middle lane with a quick death of the Shadow Fiend. Obviously, the Shadow Fiend's just going to flash farm back up again. He didn't lose his bottle, so it's not as bad as it could have been. Alright, yeah. So the live stream's up. I'm seeing it on my side. We're all good. We're all fantastic. I like this Observer Ward down for the Radiant side. It's watching any of the movement up towards that top lane, and it's a very deep ward as well. So it gives you an early warning detection system, and this allows you to get even further up. So Yoki can play in like this tree area or even like further up, because this Observer Wall will scout out the river as well as when they hit this point. And you're easily able to fall back as a Sand King on that off lane if you've got that much warning before the gank comes in. And Resolution still battling up against Era. He copped out 2 razors then, having the refraction up to taking no damage. And once he's got phase boots, which I think is what should be coming out the courier, yes it is, he's going to have the ability to chase down Era, who did get nicely lucky with the regeneration rune. But he won't be so lucky if this Sand King is capable of getting his Blink Dagger at a decent rate, which should happen. We do have a couple of Mud Golems here, which isn't that fantastic. But it's the fact that you're able to flash farm up towards that Blink Dagger, and then it's just a simple initiation. Era, he can see Yoki waiting in the mid, which means he should already be aware that Lena's going to be behind him. And they can dive with the creep wave. So all Aloha Dance got to do is watch where Era moves and get the stun as he moves back. He got scouted out by the range creep, however. So the Slave will be thrown as well as that Meld Strike from Resolution. So Era losing a large amount of life points, but remember, he still has that regeneration rune. Hanskin has moved himself into the middle lane as that Earthshaker. And he kind of has to play the same roles we saw Golblack playing earlier tonight. Just sit behind the tower and make sure no one dies. That's objective number 1 right here. Make sure they don't die. Where is Aloha Dance going? Is he waiting for a crew to come down south? No, that looks like they just want to take out the T1 tower. He's only here in case they try and defend it. If NiP do that, then Empire will take him out. In fact, they're checking all the tree lines, expecting Batrider to be in the neighborhood, but he's back farming up inside of his own jungle. While NiP is in fact gone for a smoke. The Earthshaker as well as the Witch Doctor. A level 3 and a level 2. There's still no boots on this Earthshaker. He's bought them, but he doesn't have them on him. So they may try and TP in to defend this. It's dangerous to do so. With the fortification, like that can be done anyway. Where's your paralyzing cask? First TP, malediction, vegetable gets their stun, but Aloha Dance is too far away. So now Brewmaster just goes directly into the split. They don't have any casualties, but they're too late to get that Earth Ruling stun out. And San's getting a little bit of help with that Slave. It chips away the life points of the Earthshaker. Still with an extra stun, San is able to get the pickup. So he gets a double kill before he dies. So a 2-for-2 trade-off. You did force the Brewmaster ulti out, as we're going to lose our Shadow Fiend from NiP. I'm still not certain exactly who comes out on top of this. Like, the Golden Experience swings more of the way of NiP, but you did just pull your Brewmaster off the top lane. He TP'd down, so he can't go back up again, which means you can buy more space for someone else to go up towards the north. Templar Assassin won't want to do it. The Sand King is currently farming inside of the jungle, and he still needs to be here for another maybe 20 seconds for that Sandstorm to finish the job inside the jungle. So it might even be worth, with that Vengeful Spirit with the TP scroll, head up top, She's level 4.5 right now. You could just get her a little bit of extra cash as well as levels. They did lose their aggressive Observe Ward on the top lane, which means it will be a little bit more dark for VS to go up there. She won't know where the rest of NiP are. But if you look across the map as well, like Resolution's being hunted by the Bat Rider. He doesn't have level 6, so you could actually turn the other direction where Resolution turns to attack. He's got one sticky napalm charge, so the turn's not going to be that quick, but still. With the TA trap, not going to work. Everything should be good. Like, I believe we have sound, everything is perfect. Just double checking. Yeah, everything's fine. Just double check all my settings and we appear to be good. Alright, so we're good to go as the SS back in the game. And Resolution and Bat Ride just walk away from each other. Resolution wants to focus on his farm anyway for now. Oh, that bottom lane Lina. Brewmaster's got to be careful about this. Low Dance may not have fantastic levels, but he has managed to hit 4.5. And with the space he can now receive on the bottom lane, they'd actually bring the VS to the bottom lane too. Kind of sad about that, but they want to keep the combo together, so I can understand that. It just means you're not capitalizing on the space that was made on the top. Bat Rider's checking out for the stacks, but there's only one stack with mud golems. So it's not the greatest in the world. And looks like it was a good choice to leave Lina down there. VS as well as Lina now up to level 5. Empire. This gank train's working perfectly. Speaking of train, we're going to smoke one from NiP. With the invis room from the Bat Rider, you've already got Era just being chased down by Resolution, but that means Resolution's too far over. He can't hide inside the melt. The sentry ward is down with fissures, raises, he drops. He might have thought he was safe just to go directly into that meld, but obviously when sentry ward is down, they had all the vision, always want to fly. Going to battle here with the Earthshaker. It's a level 5 versus level 3.5 with the Wave of Terror. He has enough damage. With 2 more hits, he could kill him off. No, there's 6 charges available, and now with the Paralyzing Cast, they had to separate. Burrow Strike in to the Sandstorm with the Lion Strike Array, a low hard dance, keeping Era back a little bit further. Always want to fly, should tick out. He will tick out from the Malediction. The only hope was denying himself up to a jungle creep, but he couldn't reach it in time. So the Vengeful Spirit will die. Looks like he spent money on, well, all of his... Yeah, he bought Clarities, TPs, Sentries before that. So he's okay. Bat Rider looking for a lasso on mid. Resolution just into the meld. There's no Sentries. In fact, I think, yeah, Resolution's now going to back up. He needs the Refraction up. And waited just long enough that the Earthshaker was not 100% certain if he wanted to throw the fissure. Yes. With the troll slowing him down too, Brewmaster, he's got ulti in 2 seconds. This is worth fighting for NiP. They may lose the Earthshaker, but Brewmaster going to go into that ultimate. He should pick up Sun. Always going to fly. We'll be able to help him out by locking down the Bat Rider for the moment. The Silent, the lasso. Okay, he didn't lock him down for long enough. Silent, that's a stick charge. It's going to go into Whirling Axe with a Burrow Strike in from Yoki. They will still lose the Troll Warlord. But Yoki able to get a bit of a revenge kill. He's got Sandstorm in 1 second time, and now he can just hide inside this. Limp. He doesn't have mana for Clap. In fact, there's no mana available. He just runs away, expecting the race from Era. Expected correctly. Era did throw, but couldn't find the kill because the SK used the invis timing inside of his Sandstorm just to run himself away. And the TA trap from Resolution slowing down the Brewmaster and the Earthshaker. The Clap will still pick off VS. Not quite sure why he went back into this one. A low dance trying to get the right line for the stun, and SK will just make sure it happens. Resolution with a triple kill.
Your death was a secret.
The rest of his teammates just sacrificing themselves for the greater good. And that's Resolution at 53-10 as far as CS goes, and both Troll as well as Resolution, the TA, up to 4.8k in the net worth, a full 1,000, in fact more than 1,000 above the highest net worth of NiP, which belongs to the Brewmaster. And his money doesn't go into fighting items. Templar Assassin now has a full drum, so Empire's going to have a little bit more power during the next team fight, while the Brewmaster, he needs to find a Blink Dagger, and there's the jump in initiation. You always have to wait for that time when the Blink Dagger, or when the ult is going to be off cooldown before he's going to be really effective. The Blink into Clap is effective, but it's not that thing which is going to help you win the team fight through Chaos Factor. That's why Bat Rider also needs to find the timing for his Blink Dagger, because then he's going to be able to make some extra chaos. Track down that Templar Assassin, drag her through the Firefly. Troll Warlord's trying to be dragged up on top of the hillside. He's got Helm with the Dominator, so if they try and fight him from this high ground, he's just going to keep his slide points up. In fact, that's the reason why he's going into ulti right now, plus having the fervor. He's got 6 stick charges too. 1 quick raise from Mira will finish the job. But Resolution's moving over the Witch Doctor. Paralyzing cast already been thrown. They've isolated Resolution because of the fissure, but Resolution wants this kill. A low art dance will have a little bit more help, but Resolution, Meld Strike, one more attack. There's no creep to deny himself off to. A little bit further up, that's where Yoki's got the first stun into Light Strike Array. There's no level 6 just yet for the leader, but once this Brewmaster will die, he will be able to crack his level 6 and have Laguna Blade. And that last attack is just not enough. Resolution, the Burrow Strike comes up, so Laguna is there, but not enough mana. If he did, this Barrow Rider would already be dead, but it's not required. Resolution just chases him down with the TA trap to slow him. So Resolution going 5-1-1. Not too shabby, 6.1k net worth within space of 10 minutes. This is not what the SF can really keep up with. No matter how much damage he's got, we're going to get to a point soon where Resolution can even afford something like a Blink Dagger and beat that jump in initiation. A low dance giving the vision on Era. They see you so far back. Also knows too that Era is going to be building into a Yule Scepter. He's feeling he needs maybe some way to get away from this initiation of Team Empire, or just be that initiation himself with the Yules into Requiem of Souls. Oh, bottom lane silent. He's still got 10 stick charges and the paralyzing cast doesn't bounce back down to him. And NiP's losing control of this game. VS will get this first stun, TA trap. He's not walking anywhere. Are they just going to Laguna? Yeah, they're just going to Laguna. Stick charges. Oh, wait, finish the job!
Radiant's top tower
6 line points and he survives. I actually don't know why they didn't throw out the Light Strike Array as well. Just hold in there and attack from the high ground. You would still have the kill. In fact, I don't think the Laguna play would have even needed to be committed then until like as a last resort, but you had the mana to use all 3 abilities. It's a sad decision coming out here from Empire. They would have kept this momentum rolling forward, especially now that Resolution picks up a Blink Dagger. He's gonna try and snowball it.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
We're gonna smoke up right now on Empire. Looking towards the engagement towards mid. Era is the first man they want to really look at, and there it is. Blink to Burrow Strike. They make the most out of this fresh Blink Dagger on the SK. And, well, Brewmaster jumps in. He's going to revenge kill over on top of the Sand King. The Echo Slam from Hanskin. He needs Resolution step, but he's not going to be able to get him. There's too much damage there. In fact, always when a fighter sees one more attack, that's why he's swapping himself down to get this one, and away from the Brewmaster Oldman, but into the clutches of the Earthshaker. But the damage output, there's nothing really left for this Earthshaker. He does have a Totem Stomp, but he will require the Bat Rider. Hey! Okay, transcend the cliff. Transcend the cliff. Use the word correctly. And the VS will run away. But you still just force him to chase him. The Templar Assassin didn't die, which for me is going to be like the bigger thing. Like the team fight recap. Okay, we've waited too long. It's only going to show up the Vengeful Spirit. Actually lose sound as well. But yeah, I was going to say, because the Templar Assassin as well as the Troll Warlord haven't been touched. The Sand King into the epicenter. Blink, going to find that Burrow Strike, but can't get any like connection at all. Has to use the Sandstorm to try and evade, but with the Sentry Ward down, he's not evading anything. In fact, there's too much damage on him already. They know he's going to pop from the Malediction, so they focus instead on killing off Silent. And Yoki, that final tick, there it goes.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Alright, so 14-14. NiP getting themselves back into this game after Empire just get a couple of their cores caught out. You can see the effect of it coming up on the experience graph. It's not too big. Remember, we're only still looking at 1 to 2k in the changes. So it's not really that unusual. Not this early on in the game. But this is a smart little play coming out from Empire. So always want to fly. He's going to start off with a stunt. Resolution with the TA trap also going to slow him down. But sees Witch Doctor. Question is, where does Resolution really want to jump here? The Sentry Wards will go down. Always want to fly. She hasn't gone a little bit over the left. Templar Assassin, that Death Ward really works through him. He'll pop from Malediction. They trigger the dust as well. And there's that big kill they were searching for. Resolution to drop. The Flame Break, nice Burrow Strike away. Going to avoid the stun from it. You do have a low Ardennes taking up the tier 2 tower on bottom lane. So there is a trade-off coming in favor of Team Empire. But you did just also bring down the Templar Assassin. And it wasn't just any person getting the kill, it was the Shadow Fiend. Which means Era's movement, progression of items is going to get back on the track. So he's level up with Silent now, as far as net worth goes. Era's always going to be ahead because he's a 5-2 Templar Assassin. So they're not really going to stop that. But killing him Silent now, that's something they can do. Hold him, drag him up a little bit so the clap will connect. The Yule Scepter, well, Lena's going to pop right now. Point blank, Requiem of Souls. The Brewmaster heavily committed in. He actually committed his split to ensuring that Silent went down. But by getting both of these kills, it means Team Empire can now attack into NiP can go into Roshan, get the Aegis Immortal on top of the Shadow Fiend, and then they can push down the lanes, take out tier 1s, take out tier 2 towers.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
What is Yoki waiting on? Can they see him there? Yeah, they can. This is the Dire Vision right now, so they know Yoki's in the tree lines and always want to fly.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Always want to fly with the Wave of Terror is going to reveal him. That's actually going to help NiP because the Death Ward's going to drop. Seal Cube from the high side. And, well, is that enough damage? The Malediction is there, the Fissure. Just to slow him down, Brewmaster. Wait, where'd you move? I think he screwed up his pathing a little bit. With the Drunken Haste, he's going to slow down the VS a little bit more. Oh, he's not going to blink and clap into that. But, Limp. He backed up for some reason. He went that direction as opposed to this direction. And if he went west, where the skies are blue, he would just blink over and clap, and all of a sudden, welcome to another kill, which would be on the VS as well as the SK.
Dire's top tower is under
With
attack.
NiP having that Aegis Immortal, as I said, you kind of want to look at is forcing a push. You don't have the mech, however, over on Era, so the strength in teamfight for NiP still heavily relies on the zoning out with that Death Ward of the Witch Doctor, the initiation that comes in from the Bat Rider, as well as the ability for Brewmaster to have his split. But he's level 12, so we have a level 2 split already up for the Brewmaster with his Blink Dagger. So he's looking really good. Until he did that. No Firefly, and he blinked himself into the trees. I think he must have double tapped. Either that or he was just going directly into the mid lane to farm it up. Yeah, he was. There's the bottom lane where NiP is setting up. The blink to clap, wherever we got Silent. They're too far away. Silent felt this coming.
Take your tribute.
They don't have an Observer Ward looking for this. It's just because everyone's missing on the map apart from a Bat Rider. And Empire's also now doing the same thing. But they have an Observer Ward quite deep inside the NiP jungle. But by coming on this path, like the timing is perfect for this smoke gang too, because they leave an aggressive Observer Ward behind with it. And they find their opening they want. Blink, Burrow, Wave, Light Strike, Laguna, and Slave. Before the first TP can even be completed, they've already got the pick up. The Echo Slam too far away. The Fissure will go, but it actually blocks himself as well as the Brewmaster out. He could potentially split here and maybe hope one of his Brewlings would cross the edge. Of the Fissure, that is. But it doesn't happen.
Dire's top tower
Instead, they
is
get
under
away with
attack.
murder with the Bat Rider dropping, the aggressive wards down, and Resolution forcing out the tier 2 tower in the top lane. You'll have some rotations coming up, and that's exactly what they're hoping for.
Dire's
Because
top
Yoki still
tower
has this
is
level
under
2
attack.
epicenter available, and he's also watching Witch Doctor coming in. Blink, Burrow, Era. How quick does he go away? Laguna, not available, so Era is just going to kill the Lina. Easiest kill. Requiem, just claim one, move on, find a different target. And they just sentry ward out that Observer Ward was already planted. And with a haste rune, VS, yeah, that swap's not really going to do much, apart from, unless he was trying to like disjoint something. In fact, Bad Ride doesn't even want to use this last suit. Doesn't feel it's necessary. It really isn't. Because now with Era also arriving, Yoki going inside that Sandstorm knows he cannot do so. Yule Scepter again, controlling Sign, allowing the Earthshaker Fissure to follow up, and now it's worth committing the last suit to bring down that core. They've all got that damn mischance, however, hence Era can't just instantly kill him off. But NiP, they're finding openings left, right, and center. They still haven't used this Aegis the Immortal, however. And it's only got another 40 seconds left on it, so NiP, with this hero advantage, they should be forcing down the mid. You got Death Ward, you got Split. Sure, you don't have Requiem of Souls, but you've got an Aegis the Immortal over on your SF.
Radiant's middle tower.
So just be looking at the towers. Blink, clap, paralyzing cast. Yoki had to dodge it with the Sandstorm. He did get Maldigs up as well and Witch Doctor. Not enough mana to let his ulti off, and Aloha Dance comes up to finish him off. The tier 1 tower in the mid will now drop in favor of Era as Resolution's moving in. There is a fissure from behind, which is going to come. Brewmaster, blink to dodge the magic missile, which means they can turn. Fissure, the follow-up stun. Brewmaster still not going to go for the split. He wants the clamp first, and now he'll come out for the split. Needs to take care of, well, actually can't take care of Resolution because the BKB is protecting him, and there's no way out for this Earthshaker, really. In fact, he'll just get Meld Strike down. And Era's not also able to get over to join his teammates just yet, but they know what they want. All they want to do is just kill off Resolution. And they're still going to be able to achieve this one. The Meld is available, but they just put the Firefly on top, and Resolution has to get out of here. He's got Refraction chance 1 second, but no, the Firefly, it wears off, so they don't have enough damage. He actually gets Refraction up in time. Era will come in, winds up the Yule Scepter into the Requiem again. Misses on the raise, which means San is just able to live through this while always going to fly on the run. The max range raise is still on cooldown. Hence he can't finish the job. The Aegis Immortal will blow. But you got 4 players here from Empire that have to time this perfectly. The blink, there's your first just drunken brawler, but the epicenter damage. Hero will drop a seal kit on his way in. They blink away. Resolution out to safety. He triggers the drum charges. They want to go in again. He's still got a little bit more mana to play with. There's another set of refraction charges as well as a meld strike. But the Observer Ward from NiP, blink to clap. And fissure from the Earthshaker. He didn't have a blink dagger, he just threw the fissure. Walked it up the old-fashioned way.
And
it will now be 25 to 19.
Radiant structures are fortified.
This Templar Assassin, not as immortal as you'd expect when she'd have a BKB 20 minutes in.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Alright, so I'm also double checking on the side to see if I can also bring in another co-caster for game number 2. For people who don't know, Blitz is still moving himself, so he had to show his house today and he didn't know, his girlfriend didn't tell him. So she woke up and said, yo, we have to leave. And he wasn't aware when he signed up for the broadcast. So yeah, I'm hoping I'll have a co-caster for you guys for game number 2. Looking towards the middle lane, Resolution, he wants to jump with Yoki. Blink to Bar is going to be the best way to start it off, and then also Meld Strike and the Earthshaker. Oh, got the Echo Slam with the Fitch, the Paralyzing Cast! Oh, that was not clean enough at all. The fact that he was allowed to get that ulti off, they actually had to jump at exactly the same time with only 1 stun. What were they really going to do? Even the if BKB came up from the Templar Assassin when they jumped in, then it would be fine, but with those kind of ganks, you're not expecting yourself to have to use a BKB to get the kill. Limp, if he blinks up, clap, now they're going to find a low hard dance. Instantly into the ultimate. It got changed up like ages ago to allow that kind of stuff to be possible. Before, with like a normal stun, well, he's going to find always want to fly. Into the trees, juke it. TP, he sees him, sends him up. But the rest of NiP are too far away. They're not going to capitalize on this. Instead, they just want to take out the tier 1 tower and bottom lane while all the players are dead.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
So tier 1 tower is gone.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
There's an NiP bailing out, up on top. Silent. Where are you going? The Earthshaker, he doesn't have Blink Deck, so he can't catch up with the 4-stuff up from the Batrider. And the Firefly, they'll keep the vision over on Silent. The Flame Break to try and bounce him around. They probably should have saved that just in case he was going to go for the TP, but that just means he has to commit the lasso now. Still only a 70-second cooldown, so it's fine. There's no major problems with that. And having San on the sideline for 50 seconds is still going to go the way of NiP. It's in the middle lane. There's a Sentry Ward available. I think Wishdot is also trying to bait with this illusion. Yoki to come and attack it. But Yoki's not having a bar of it.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
If they could bring down Yoki, or at least force him to go all the way back to base, which he doesn't want to do. He needs to get up to top lane. That's where the push is coming in.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
And what are you really playing with here as NiP? You could look to the split push, which Resolution is doing okay. But the speed of the pushing from NiP is always going to be far superior. Now the SK is good at it, but he doesn't have any levels up in Caustic Finale, which means the creep waves don't just quickly explode. And that is a fun way for an SK, just to keep that pressure up and just to add Like, it pushes the creep wave in a very, very short amount of time. You Burrow Strike, you take out one creep, and they all practically implode. And then NiP are forced to commit collapse, or paralyzing casts, or razors. Or potentially fireflies as well. I think Batride is actually getting himself ready for this too. That's the reason why these BTs are great for movement speed into Batride, just as a general thing. But if you're going to feel that this game is going to turn into something more of a split push, he wants to be able to push out the lane, and then just be able to TP towards the creep wave that's just behind where the fight's going to be. And by doing so, he can always be there to land a lasso. Doesn't have to be the first initiation. Like, the situation I'm talking about here is more of a counter initiation moment for NiP. They might need one of those soon. Empire's already on the run with the smoker to deny jungle. So the aggressive observer ward timing again. Do we actually have them? No, we don't. In fact, they've walked all the way up here without any observer wards at all, or sentries. They're coming out in the courier? No, that's 2 TP scrolls. In the meantime, NiP just try and take out the ancient stack. They do have Roshan shortly. Like, when I say shortly, he's only 20-30 seconds away. The push up on top.
This
Batride's going to have to TP in a moment. If he TP's onto this tower right now, he'll be there at the right time. The creep wave is on the way in, and there's the TP on the tower, but he TP too late, which means now the Batride's not part of this. NiP does not want to do this, but they're going to anyway. They blink in, and then go for the Yule Scepter. Can they keep the control on that Brewmaster before he can get the split off? Yes, they can! It's a horrible find for NiP. Yoki has a bonus strike in 2 seconds time, which means either Era or Steel Kid are dead, and he focuses for Era. Resolution jumping out with a Metal Strike. They may just have enough physical damage to get through him. They know they have enough for the Witch Doctor at least. Now that was a horrible thing. NiP, the second that Batrider TP to the tower, instead of the creep wave, they could not fight that. But because they did, now Empire can breach up to the high ground. And even making sure these illusions can't do anything. You have to force buybacks over on the Brewmaster. No one else has a buyback. It was just the Brewmaster. But Empire are happy with this. They just took a fantastic fight. No, they might even get more. Up in the air. Silent looking for the extra swings. The Brewmaster will jump in. The split does go off instantly, which means there is a lot here for Empire to try and deal with. But the Fire Ruling is almost there. If they can kill this thing off, then that damage to the Brewmaster is gone. He's only got the control. You do get the Requiem of Souls out from Era. Minimal damage again. Nice Fissure with the Echo Slam. He locks them all down. In fact, Sun's so low on life. It's a double kill coming out from Era. Now it's Empire who failed to get out of the fight they did not want to be part of. A blink taken now from Yoki. He's out to safety. So they'll lose 3. In fact, they will actually lose the 4th. Era, just one quick raise. They use the Sandstorm. Oh, nice Burrow Strike. Yoki playing this nicely. Forced up 1 second, pushes down, avoids the Totem Stomp, and he can't blink in time. So they will lose 4 at the end of the day. The tier 3 tower on top lane took a lot of damage. You did have to buy back on the Brewmaster. At this point, I don't think that's too critical. Primarily because he's already got Blink Drums. He's got enough mana to really do what he needs to. And because they also win this fight, NiP can come over and take Roshan. And you can't blame Empire for what really happened. They were fairly well committed. And when they got that Yule Scepter off on the Brewmaster, they thought, hey, we could actually end this game right now. And maybe that's the only thing which you could be a little bit more harsh on them about. It's just the commitment from Empire. They had the desire to win. Now, NiP doing Roshan. With no SK, there's no instant challenge to this. The Wave of Terror. Roshan, 600 life points. It will still be the Aegis Immortal into the hands of the SF. And San jumps in into the BKB with the Whirling Actor, so a lot of misses. There is the Brewmaster holding off cooldown right now. He's not going to blink to dodge this. I thought he was going to just blink and clap in, which he should be doing right now. Blink, clap, catch them all, go to the split. The Yule Scepter on the Lena, so she can't just Laguna Blade anybody. In fact, the Earthshaker blinks up to get the Totem Stomp, and NiP, they're going to roll through this. Era with another chaining off of kills. A double this time around. As the Aegis Immortal, 3.4k gold. They can force this further, and they found one. The Fissure timing a little bit off. Yoki's in the trees. He could potentially commit, and he's going to. The Epicenter, Resolution's going to jump in. Now with a double Burrow Strike. They do break the Aegis Immortal, taking down the Brewmaster as well. Earthshaker needs to get out 1 second till Fissure, and he could buy the time and space. There is going to be that ulti out from Era, though. With the BKB protection, the Troll Warlord will drop. The blink up by the Earthshaker, and then the TP out. With the Mana Star Illusions, Yoki can't just blink himself in and look for him anymore. And he cannot blink to chase Era. So the Aegis will pop, but NiP get out unscathed. They lost the Brewmaster, but Again, it's one of those, I think we can find kills, let's just go for it moments. And if we do get to a point when this Shadow Fiend, in fact, I'm thinking right now that Era is just going to go directly into the Skadi. You got BKB, Yules, and Manta. You got enough survivability, but if you rack it up a little bit more, and with the Skadi, you're going to have a crap ton of it. Not to mention the nice slow to get through these BKBs. Then you'll have ability to survive as well as ability to just keep chasing. Laguna Blade, Bat Rise in a lot of trouble. Jump in by Earthshaker. Got the good Echo Slam into the Death Ward, and Resolution's dying to this. The Sentry Wall was dropped down to a low art dance. He doesn't get the Light Strike Array off. Down to 44 life points. The Burrow Strike from Yoki had to keep Era away from him. There wasn't a Blink Dagger on Era, so there was no 100% chance he'd be able to catch up to a low hard dance.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
It was more safety first. And for now, both teams should be backing up me a little bit more safe.
Dire's bottom tower
No one's really in a
is under
position to
attack.
push, and in fact, it is going to be that Skadi coming over from the Shadow Fiend. He just had so much farm. Like, you're 31 minutes in, you got 192 CS over on him. 15-4-13 as the KDA. And he's got so much money. His net worth is 19,000, a full 5k above that of the Templar Assassin, who had one of the greatest starts ever. But now it's all just falling apart on them. And NiP, I kind of been avoiding bringing up this graph, primarily because we've been having teamfight after teamfight. But it's also because you can feel the power just slipping away from Empire, and this graph really shows it. They lose their gold advantage, so practically 9,000 lost in the gold, and even more in the experience. That's actually encroaching on 15k. Are they going to smoke and go? Brew has ulti, so they can't kill him. Not with a level 2 Laguna Blade. A couple of fake SS pushing at the middle lane. Where's your opening? It's Batrider. The man with the Invis rune. It's like they're trying to use always want to fly as bait as well. And all of NiP are back. Like Seal Kid as well as Hanskin, they're back in base. The Batrider sees a target. It's silent. If he didn't go right then, he would never have the chance, because Silence is moving way too fast with those face boots, as well as SMY. Anyway, Era's just going to walk down mid. Bold as brass. Blink. Misses the lasso. The pings came at the last moment. I didn't see which color it was, but there was definitely a teammate that helped him out. As Batrider moves over further, finds Yoki. Blink that gets off cooldown in 1 second time. And he does it the force stuff as well, but he must have lost the vision. We are during daytime. It seems Batrider's vision's a little bit too poor. So he doesn't see anyone to lasso. Not that he wants. The only aggressive ward that's down here for NiP is too far away to be of any real use. These two sentry wards as well that came down from Empire. They were looking for more of that mid lane control. 'Cause they're not expecting NiP to try and have a ward like this. They'll be expecting NiP to have like the first set of wards, which is here as well as over here, because that gives you better coverage for anyone who's going to be farming up these camps. So the Batrider can get the lasso into that position. I suppose just being able to see one camp is a little bit more of a limiting ward in this point of the game. In the later portion of the game, it's a little bit better, because it gives you a vision down a little bit further south as well as north towards the mid. Alright, so Era's back on the farm train. He has his buyback. In fact, what do we got for our buybacks? Only Era for NiP, but for Empire, they still got the SK as well as the Troll.
Swiftly to the temple's defense.
We've got that Monkey King Bard done now. Yep. So, no more getting drunk on the job for the Templar Assassin. She has gone sober for life, or either that, she's become more like Legolas. You drink it, but don't really start to feel the effects until later. Actually, doesn't even feel the effects. Small problem in Lord of the Rings. How they get drunk during The Hobbit. Elves shouldn't have gotten drunk during The Hobbit. Not after how much they drank. Once they got a special blend of brew. Either way. I'll just leave my movie issues on the sidelines. That's a low hard dance looking for. A solo kill on someone? Well, if Seal Kid comes up, he can do it. Just a Yule Scepter into a Light Strike array with Laguna Blade and Slave is a guaranteed kill onto that Witch Doctor. Even with the point booster, he still pumps out a crap ton of damage. I think that's enough, actually. It's enough with the point booster? Yeah, with a 675, 240, and 320. He'll be close. He still has his physical damage, which comes out with the Fiery Soul, and if Troll Warlord really needs to, he can turn on the Battle Trance. So, welcome to more damage. I got NiP going for a 4-man smoke. The Bat Rider is the only one without it. Bat Rider's also carrying a gem. So at Resolution, there's less places for him to hide in. But this really feels like it's just force any kind of kill you possibly can, then you push the advantage. But the TP's coming back. That was the SK from the bottom lane that just came back to the mid. It looks like Empire's grouping up for their own smoke. In fact, yes they are. The Earthshaker's going to break it almost instantly if they walk up. There's your Wave of Terror just coming out of nowhere, and he blinks away. Feeling like that was just scouting him out. And they realized the Team Empire on the smoke train, so NiP now back it up. And they don't need to be involved in this. The Batrider's still farming up in the bottom lane. Roshan's not up, so there's no reason to try and get down there and contest the pit. Not during the duration of this smoke time. Just let it play out.
Middle tower is under attack.
Brewmaster find himself being used as a little bit of bait. He doesn't want to be. You could have that blink return. Earthshaker needs to get the fissuring beam, give him a little space, and Brewmaster into the BKB and ultimate. He needs more help here. A lot more help. Resolution with the extra control. Where is this Batrider? He needs to be here with the gem. But at this point, he is coming down. He's looking over towards Silent. He's got that BKB up. Era coming in, but it's the epicenter from Yoki, doing the first big points of damage on both the Witch Doctor as well as the Earthshaker. The Brewmaster Rolly is still going to go to work, and the SF gets involved in the fight. Attacking into Yoki, now the BKB Requiem. Huge amounts of damage coming into Empire from that one. He just tries to beat into Silent, but Silent's Rolling Axe is helping off. The mischance is now gone. Manasar's finally going to help him break out of this one, but Era, he doesn't have enough fly points to survive. His death ulti will kill off Silent. But Resolution stands to fight another day. The Batrider got the hell out of Dodge. It'll be a 4-3 trade-off. The advantage will heavily go the way of Team Empire because they managed to bring down the SF, the biggest man on the board, as well as killing off the Brewmaster. And you lost 2 supports as well as a core for that. And not your big one. It was the troll. It was the troll, not the Templar Assassin. Now then, I look at the net worth, and Troll's actually sitting above the Templar Assassin, so maybe it was as good. What else was purchased? Skadi time for Silent. And he's got the whole shebang. Once he's alive, of course. Did Courier deliver us items? Nah, Courier. I think someone hit F3 on that. It should get back by the time Silent's up, and the Courier needs to come out to deliver the Yule Scepter. So that one's coming in for Yoki. So the SK's got some extra disable. He's going to need that for this. With the double Yule Scepter, there's another setup for the Lina. It's because of Roshan's being done. The Firefly, Blink, Burrow Strike with the Metal Strike. Resolution just jumps. The Echo Slam, though, from Hanskin with a follow-up fissure. He's got nothing else really to give, however. But they do have the sticky Napalm. Resolution's currently locked in the corner. Burrow Strike's back off. Cooldown here for Yoki. And then they jump. They want Resolution dead with the Malediction. A full Death Walk commitment as well.
From you.
Blink to Totem. With a fissure, he could catch up to Yoki, but that's not what NiP want. Hold your mana and go for Roshan. The Templar Assassin is down. They do need to have, like, Brewmaster's down there, but they need to have the Shadow Fiend inside the pit. The buyback comes from TA. They're going to try and contest, and actually, NiP's going to back out of the pit straight away. Maybe not the greatest thing when Brewmaster gets patched up. It bought the space here for Yoki to jump in. The BKB from the Brewmaster. Straight to the split. They got Silent. Isolated. They need to get that stun on him before he got his melee whirling axes off. So everything can connect, but Era can't get down to his teammates. The Yule Scepter over on the Vengeful Spirit to keep her out of this play as Batrider just being stunned up from the high ground. Sand King does have the epicenter, and no one can see him now, so he can potentially just Ebby to blink into this. The Brewmaster back in. Wow, he's down to his last Earth Panther there at the last moment. A BKB from SF, at least they get rid of the ward, but
is under attack. With
that BKB down, SK knows he wants him. Blink, Burrow Strike, the Yule Scepter from Era, gonna slow him down, the Paralyzing Cast, no Death Walk for the 15 seconds, so Seal Kid will just die inside the river as Brewmaster jumps in to the Blink Clap, maybe regretting their decision, as now being swapped around, Yoki Burrow Strikes at the tree line, but Batrider right behind the Firefly with the lasso, gonna drag him, and she may as well just keep him up on top of the cliffside, because Yoki has no way down from this, even with the Yule Scepter up, can probably still die. Nice fissure again from the Earthshaker, buying more space, but it's not enough for NiP to come back again. As NiP lose a triple to Resolution, and bound to be a quad. Ghost Scepter is the only thing prolonging the inevitable, which is the demise of NiP. The Lina living on a beastic of life points. And now Empire will take Roshan, which is what NiP started roughly 2 minutes ago.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Losing everything, including the kitchen sink here, NiP. They held the kill advantage. And you can see the drastic change in the experience graph. It's almost a vertical cliff face. 14k worth and increasing. Obviously, because NiP are dead for so long, they can't get any more experience across the map when they're dead. And the Witch Doctor doesn't want to come anywhere near the creep waves. Because if he does, he can just get jumped on. That should still is. Okay, he's holding. He's holding for Silent. Is that because Silent was picking up the cheese? Yep. Third Roshan. And almost finished the Satanic as well. Once he has this up, I'm not quite sure they can kill him. Because with both mischance and the ability to gain life points back at such a quick rate, I think Silent is actually immortal. What's been picked up? So we've got Resolution's Eagle Song. So Butterfly, more than likely, being purchased up by the Templar Assassin. They turn for the Reaver too. We've got Demon Edge for Silent. I take it back. He's going to leave it as a casual helm of the Dominator, and we're going to go into a Monkey King bar. While he's playing with mischance, so is the Brewmaster. Like, it's still only a mischance of 75%. As opposed to our melee whirling axes where the blind duration is big. Hey, yo, give me it back. Give me it back. Okay, we're not going to because they're going on mid instead. The Brewmaster split's gone off. Witch Doctor. Laguna Blade was thrown out low. Our dance needs time. He's used up. Toss him again. It's actually the Storm Ruling that sent him up, and he yields himself up after that. Yoki. I think they're saying just let me die. And he realizes too, with Era moving down, the SK was getting ready to wind up and throw out the epicenter and turn on the battle. But it was the right call from Team Empire. They had no business trying to fight NiP after their leader was called out in such a manner. They weren't getting the pick off over on Seal Kid. With the SF moving down from the jungle, it was only going to go bad for them. So correct decision coming out here from Empire. I don't know if that Firefly just slightly scattered out start and he freaked the crap out. Ghost Scepters and just forced off Blink Dagger away. Full Assault Kuros now in for Era. Racking up a little bit more armor, which he was missing a little bit because there was no mech build over on the SF. That's also going to allow them to force down buildings nice and quick, which is what this NiP lineup kind of has to do. If we start looking into timing, with the TA as well as the Troll, yeah, they drop off, but the Brewmaster also does the same kind of thing. I'd probably say it's pretty even coming into the later portion of the game, just because of the powers you get from the SF, and the control you also pick up from the Batrider. But that's nice for NiP, and then the Troll and the Templar Assassin together are just a fantastic team. And Empire, like maybe if they got Blink Daggers over on the Lina, it'll be different. When the Laguna Blade's done anyway, this Lina's going to become even more powerful. With the Aghanim's upgrade to Laguna, that crap is so crazy. But you have the Blink Dagger over on the Sand King. You have, in fact, he's building into an Aghanim Scepter as well. I actually think that should be a really great game for a Veil of Discord. But he decides the Aghanims will be the choice. But having a Blink Force Heal Scepter on this Sand King means that NiP can get even more controlled. And they get the same control the Batrider is trying to do. The only difference is the SK has to do it before the BKBs come up, where the Batrider doesn't really have to do the same kind of thing. The Vision battle can be played from either side, because you've got Firefly for the Batrider, where Templar Assassin can have traps all across the map. The gem would cause some problems for that, but notice where that gem is. In fact, I think it's back in... Where is that gem? I've lost the gem. It was on the Batrider, and I am positive he dropped it during one of the fights. But I'm not seeing this gem on anything. It's not in the courier. I'm not seeing it in anyone's stash. They're not hiding it there. Like right now we have a Monkey King bar, a full one in the stash for Silent. It'll be worth swapping out the cheese from him and giving it to somebody else. Having the Monkey King bar is so much more worth it. He could drop the helm with the Dominator, but having the armor and even just the plus 20 damage. Because with the Fervor and the Battle Trance, that plus 20 damage is a lot more than just the 20. Gives you a crap ton more in your damage for your damage. Words, please, buddy. Alright, so we're paused now for no apparent reason. Just Templar Assassin. Resolution has stopped the game for the moment. I'm not seeing anything coming up on my side screen, so the conference isn't saying, yo, the world's falling apart. That's not the case. Alright, so we're good to go? Yay! No more bigger delays. Because we're almost getting to effigy check time. Really? I like that. Alright. So Empire, we get back into it. They'll look for initiation. They don't have all the big items up yet, but they'll have a decent amount of confidence while the Witch Doctor is down. And it's probably the best time they can find their confidence. Just push up a lane. They did damage to the top before, but right now they've got a good creep wave. The Troll can attack from down low. He has the Monkey King Bar flying in right now, so he did end up giving the cheese over. It's in the hands of Aloha Dance. Considering how much mana that Laguna Blade costs, I'm okay with that choice as well. Blink Lasso, VS, very quick on the swap. Always want to fly. A level 2 swap, that had to be almost maximum range for his swap, but he was in the perfect spot. So the Battle Rider Lasso is down. Silent just keeps battling in. He wants this tower dropping. It's gonna keep hitting. Here comes Resolution. Into the racks. Witch Doctor in 4 seconds time. They're gonna jump. Blink, clap, BKB will protect him so he can fight a little bit and then go in. But no! Oh, it's a disaster with Limp! It wasn't hard enough to get that split off, and now, with the Brewmaster down, he's down for the count. There's no buyback. He's short by just shy of 250 gold. They bring down the melee racks. If Resolution can get himself out of this one, even then he's got Negus the Immortal. NiP don't want to find this because they could lose him. Era, there's already attack coming out from Sun. Remember, he's got the Scarly. The Echo Slam misclick as well. Oh, Earthshaker. It was meant to be a blink into the Echo Slam, but now he's in trouble. Era's trying to back up. Silent will drop here, but the Templar Assassin back to the World of Living, throws the Mail Strike over towards the Earthshaker. Might have actually wanted to blink himself to the other side of that fidget, which is now going to dissipate. The Resolution got the BKB up, but he is dead. So the mid-ranks is dropped. Laguna Blade, Light Strike Array. The attack damage is enough from Lee to finish the job. She never used the cheese, which is an upside for her. Down so that she died without buying her Aghanim Scepter. I don't know if she's just short of the money or not. And no buybacks from NiP being forced out for this one. The Battle Rider bought back before. That's why there's still 50 seconds on the clock here at TA with 20 seconds on her buyback cooldown. But the Brewmaster unable to get that ultimate. Even inside of BKB, he just severely underestimated the amount of damage that would come at him. And when you go Troll Warlord in front of you, be very, very mindful of the bashes as well. Blink Burrow from Yoki. There's no Necro units, and he just forced us back. Or we're out, really? Yoki's trying to stall him up. He's going to Your Scepter. No Epicenter, but always going to fly. Could potentially swap him back in. He's waiting for the Battle Rider, or at least the Battle Rider's looking for a chance here. The VS wouldn't be the perfect one because you know the Blink Burrow Strike could still happen at you. But then again, with Yoki on the bottom lane, you can just go for always want to fly. He's not finding the opening for it. And NiP, they can't capitalize too much. So they just push down the mid. SF gets the tower. And back it up. 4.4k gold over on top of Era now. The last item for him to drop would be that Yule Scepter. But they still need to hold on to their Disable. They'll sell it for a TP scroll. The last thing in my mind would be to go for something like a Scythe of Vice. But that might be a little bit too bad because he needs to have damage output. And yeah, she's got to go survivability. He's racking up into a Satanic. It'll be nice life points, and yeah, killing him off will be difficult, but if he gets controlled, which could happen quite easily, well, just a couple of good bashes in the middle of that Satanic, VS interrupting him with swaps. Like that BKB timer is already down to 5 seconds, so he can't just trigger that and say, hey, now we can go, because more than likely, he'll want to be using that at the start of the fight. So he's able to dish out the damage before he has to use the Satanic. Smoke movement from NiP, if they could just get the first initiation, then they won't have to worry about small little problems like what I was just flagging. And into the trees for Empire. That's going to be an Aghanim Scepter, and then into a 5-man smoke. Always want to fly as the one holding onto it, but San doesn't want to be really part of this by the looks of it. There's an aggressive ward in the top lane from NiP, so they know that Empire are not here to defend their tier 2 tower. And SF, he's going to break the smoke on top. So they flag him up there. I'm not seeing the ping coming out from Empire, but that doesn't mean that... Yeah, okay, now... Actually, that ping comes out from the Earthshaker. Are they going to smoke again? Do they have another one? No, they don't.
Radiant's
And they
top
might want to get
tower
themselves
is under
down to the
attack.
bottom lane. Because they do still have the mid lane with supersized melee creeps. The super melee creeps. As opposed to mega. I could actually call them that now because they have real names. So the super melee creeps. Pushing down the mid. And this will slowly bring down the range
Dire's
racks.
bottom tower
And that's why Limp has to come back and even tank it up a little bit. But because they reveal themselves when they defend, that's when you have moments to initiate him. They can see him perfectly on the high ground. Yoki can prep the epicenter. Remembers the Aghanim's buff up. He just blinks, burrows, Maelstrike, Batrider. So dead, so fast. And they move even closer up. The Yule Scepter of Yoki is allowing for the setup, but the end game with the Echo Slam. He did something instant. And Seal Kid! He walked out. You've just lost your Batrider. You've just lost your Witch Doctor. And both do not possess a buyback. This is a 1 minute window where NiP have to fight 5v3. They do not have Echo Slam, and every ulti from Empire, apart from Sans, is up, but that's off cooldown in 2 seconds time. Such a low cooldown anyway, doesn't really count. Blink, Burrow, they can't kill the Brewmaster. It's actually a good finisher, but then the BKBs come in. Brewmaster will go into the split, but Era, he's in more trouble because Silent just controls him, and this is what I'm referring to. You get the buyback out from the SF, but they can just hold him. The Fire Brewlings are going to drop Silent, try and bring down the Earthshaker. TA jumping all the way up, which means the Earthshaker is down. No more fishing control. The Gem is on the deck, but the Brewmaster roll is also wearing off. Yoki, he has his epicenter available, starts the channel, blink up, he's going to catch up both Era as well as Limp. Doesn't get him on the Burrow Strike, but the damage is not Era, winding up the ulti, but the damage is minimal to negligible to nothing. You only had 19 souls, down to 10. GG, well played. Empire's pick off those 2 connections. When the Witch Doctor also went down, there was no more filter abilities available for NiP, and that just meant that Team Empire could breach up to the high ground. They take game number 1 of the 2-game series, and we'll go into our final game of the night, which is, of course, game number 2 of this series. Empire vs NiP. Grab yourself a beverage. We'll be back in just a moment.